So before we get into this video, I have to make some announcement. Now, the first one is a disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes. It does not encourage any form of violence, abusive behavior, or bullying. Now, the second one is the fact that I'm going to be saying some things that YouTube might tag as something else. So to avoid this video being flagged for some certain things, I will be saying some things in abbreviation or in a different language. So I will put up what I mean for each abbreviation and in the meaning of each abbreviation so that you can go back to it anytime I mention it to find out what I mean by those words so that you can catch up with the story without this video getting flagged. The way I'm going to do this video is I'm going to explain the issue, give you the whole lowdown, and then I'm going to analyze it based on comments that were made and based on the statement that were made by both parties and also related to my experience. So let's get into this video. Now, a couple of days ago, someone put up a post on Twitter and the person was asking for help concerning her friend. I'm going to put up the tweets that she put up. I'm going to put up the information that she put up, and then I'll explain the issue because some people might be lost. Now, let me explain. For those who don't know, if you're a postgraduate student in the UK, previously you're entitled to bring or relocate with your family. That's your spouse and your children. They are called dependents. So they are dependents of the student who is the main applicant. Now, the main applicant student's visa is being sponsored by the school that the main applicant is studying in. So the main applicant is actually the person that has every right to be in the UK, and that the visa of that main applicant is only linked to the school. It's not linked to any other person. So as long as the student fulfills all the student requirements by the school, the student will not have any issue. So as long as the student is passing his or her course or her studies, as long as the student is coming to class, as long as the student has paid his or her school fees, there is no issue with the visa. There will be no problem. But the dependent is dependent on the student's visa. The dependent visas are linked to the student. So the student has a right to unlink themselves from the dependent. So if the spouse, like this scenario, the spouse is the dependent of the student, the woman. The children are the dependent of the woman. Now, once you're not linked to the dependent, you're supposed to notify the Home Office that you are not linked. And once you are not linked, the Home Office will ask the dependent to leave. So they will give like 60 days notice and tell you that you need to get a sponsorship because you cannot be in the UK without a form of sponsorship or without having indefinite leave to remain or a British citizenship. So now that is what she did. She let the Home Office, UKVI, that's the UK Visa and Immigration Office, know that she is no more connected with the spouse and that she is revoking his, or she's canceling the link, so they should revoke his dependent visa. And that was what happened. Now the friend is trying to get a sponsorship job, because if you get a job that will sponsor you, you can eventually stay in the UK, and because you'll be a worker, so you're getting a work visa. So that was what the friend was trying to do, to try and get people to help her friend. Now, people suggested that something must have gone wrong from Nigeria, which is where they come from, that made her just divorce him and then have his dependent visa revoked. She put up tweets or messages between the spouses that maybe her friend sent to her, and it looked like there was no problem. But the friends of the woman and the woman found out what was going on, and then they made a rebuttal. Now, from the woman's side, you will see that she has experienced a lot of DV acts from the spouse, and she was done. She was done. She knew she had to get her kids and then try and sever the relationship, try and break it. Now, I'm going to put up comments from people when the original tweets were posted and after the woman and her friends twisted their own side, and then I would analyze the situation based on some of the comments that were made and based on some of the things that she said, and also, like I said, link it with my personal experience so that you can get more insight into this issue. Okay, so now some of the comments that were made were that they don't believe that she was abused. They feel like, oh, that she has been keeping the issue in her mind since 2016. And what they did not realize is she said that he has been violent towards her several times. Now, there was one part where she said that the next time he beat me up was about 3 days after I returned from giving birth to our son. My son and I were barely a week old, and it all started because he did not agree that she gives birth in St. Louis Hospital. If you've read the previous part, she talked about the fact that he beat her when she was still pregnant with this particular child. Now, some people are like, it cannot happen. That is a lie. It can happen. I remember when my own male parent, my mom went for a surgery. She had fibroid. I remember when I was younger that she was always bleeding excessively. Even as a child, I knew that something was wrong. So she eventually went for a hysterectomy, and she gathered the money and went to a private hospital because she wanted the best. She didn't want to use a public hospital. Apparently, I found out later that my male parent had been saying, oh, that she should use a public hospital because he mentioned it after he discovered that she had done it. At first, he accused her of going to go and stay somewhere with any man and everything, before she eventually said, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to save my life because she was bleeding too much, and if she did not take care of it, she'd become anemic. And anemia is not something that is something you wave apart. To make you dizzy, it will make you feel faint, it will make you won't be able to even breathe if it's severe anemia because it affects your oxygen level. And I was still a teenager, but when I remember, I was like, what kind of nonsense is that? I remember there was so much noise because we knew that she went for surgery. We went to the hospital after she had done the surgery, so I had to stay alone in the house with my other sibling. But it's just, now that I'm older, I'm like, who says that? Who does that? Then after finding out that she had done the surgery, started complaining that she went to a private hospital and she went to spend money. Why did she go to a public hospital? That a public hospital would be cheaper. Which was the same thing this person said. She said that he said she should have used another hospital, which was way cheaper as it was a health center. But she was scared because she nearly lost her life when she gave birth to their first child, which was a girl. And now people are saying that she's lying. Another comment I saw severally, especially from men, they were like, I don't trust this story. No man would do what you said he did and then sell all his properties, like they said, to send you to the UK to study, blah blah blah. And I'm like, if he thought that them relocating is going to favor him too, definitely he would do it. And you don't know how she presented the whole issue. Now, I later found out that she was studying nursing. So I guess she's either doing MSc adult nursing, or she's doing pre-registration nursing, which means the possibility of her getting a job after she's finished with the school, after she's finished with her study, is very, very high, because she will be a nurse. She's probably doing pre-registration nursing, because pre-registration nursing MSc in the UK is 2 years. It's a pre-registration nursing MSc is a program for those who do not have prior background, like a diploma or nursing diploma or nursing bachelor degree. And it's something that will help you convert to be a nurse in the UK. So definitely she's going to be well settled, which is what she thought of. So she had probably presented that part for him, like, oh, I'll get a good job after the children, this. And if he looks at it that he's going to favor him, he would want to give her the money. Because for narcissistic people or people who are abusive, once something favors them, once they will look like the better person, or once they will have some rep, they would definitely want to give you some things. And then some abusive people can beat you today, then give you Bentley tomorrow. So that statement is not valid. Another thing people were questioning is because she showed her bruises, and they were like, oh, this picture is clear, it's from 2016. And I believe she said it happened severally. Even if it's from 2016, there are some phones that had very clear cameras. So I don't know why people say, oh, it's from 2016. But let's forget that part. She mentioned that he has touched her severally. Another comment was like, oh, he has been touching you since 2016 and you did not leave. And I'm going to read a part that she said. She said, several beatings continued at any provocation. I remember after one of the beatings, I went to the police station, Oba Area G Police Command, to report the case. And the police officer looked at my bruises with disdain and said, Madam, wetin you do? Where them beat you like this? Which means, Madam, what did you do that they beat you like this? It was at this moment I knew I was going to go abroad. At least it wouldn't beat me mercilessly abroad because of the consequences of the law. Then she said, I went to Lagos State DV agency. They called both of us to meet a counselor. The man touched me mercilessly for even having the effrontery to report him to DVSA, which is the agency. So I don't know what people are saying. After she went to the police station, and the police person is even asking her, what did you do? Meanwhile, in the UK, nobody's going to ask you, what did you do? First of all, they are going to go and look for him and then arrest him, then start investigating the case and look for how they are going to find him or sentence him. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, she's being told, what did you do? Also, somebody put up a post and said, a comment that I would put up, where he said his neighbor was touched mercilessly by her husband during the lockdown, and he even tweeted about it, and till today they are still living together. There's also another element of, oh, the Nigerian culture, Nigerian community will say, oh, you left your husband, you have kids, and all that stigma that used to come with people leaving their homes, even though a broken home is better than a dead body. Another reason why she stayed is because she was planning her exit without any, she wanted the exit not to be in Nigeria, because I believe she would have gone a long time ago. I think some comments made that some women are not, they are not nice, especially when you trample on them. They can plan for you and they will execute it, especially when you think they've forgotten. Personally, I could do that. So I'm not going to say I'm not above doing that. I'm very well, I'm not above doing it. I can do it. saying with my full chest, I can do it. Some people even still doubting that he was abusive. I looked at the tone of some of the messages she sent when she was trying to talk to her kids, and it was like ignoring her. And I was like, it was like as if she was already angry. She was trying to beg him to let her talk to her kids, to let her see her kids. And definitely at that point, from the tone, you would know that she was done with it. She was done with it. She just wanted that he should bring her kids like DHL, and then she would get rid of him. So that is what she eventually did. She got the kids and then broke off the connection. Now, while looking at some of the tweets that have been sent, I saw that it is even apparently a lie that he sold his property, sold everything to fund our master's program. From what her friends are saying, from what they've been saying, is like it's a lie. He did not even fund it. Anyway, another thing that I want to highlight is a comment I saw on a blog, apparently from one of the friends. The person said, I'm more pained at how blindly Harry loved this lady. I wish he knew such a time like this would come and save up some evidence, because this is a coined lie. We all know how you and your mom frustrated the guy when he lost his job. Your mom was literally the one that takes charge of what happens in your marriage, treats your hubby like a street urchin, yet you claim he was abusing you and you covered for him without your mom knowing or acting on it. Shaking my head. SMH. This comment, I'm going to call it a lie, because I remember how my male parents used to just attack my mom's mom, that's my grandmother, and I used to say all sort of things. There was a particular time, because he used to be posted out, so when he comes to the house and my grandmother was around, she would practically pack up a load and leave, because he used to be very somehow, how can your mom be staying here and my mom cannot stay here? So many nonsense. Hey, your mom is the one who is doing this, your mom is doing that. It was really a problem, because he felt that we related to my mom's mom better than his mom. And first of all, how am I supposed to relate to your mom that they never wanted my mom to get with you before, and is always giving her trouble? I will not relate to somebody giving my mother trouble. So I don't know. And so all this, I will call it a lie based on my own experience. They just start looking for things to start blaming other people for their action. So I will not say this is true. So she has done what she has done. Can she have done it differently? People questioned why she did not leave immediately. But the thing is that people are just different in the way they react. Some people will not want to leave. Some people will still be hoping. Some people will still be praying. Some people will still be doing all that they are doing. But personally, me, I have different response that could have happened depending on the stage of life where I am. Number one, the first one, I fight back. You cannot hit me and get away with it. I'll fight back. The second one is, I would have left. I would have packed my load and left. I don't say that kind of thing. But she looked at the fact that she had kids. So, okay, you have kids. You try and think, oh, let me stay. Maybe it will change. Person hit you once, twice. Hit you when you were pregnant. Change from where? Which devil enter the person? Anyway, another response that I can have is that response she did. Plan my exit and show you shege on the way out. Show you premium shege mask. Because if I don't do that, it's either I even for her to unalive you, or I plan my exit. And you have to plan your exit in a country where they value women. If you plan your exit in Nigeria, they'll just be telling you, oh, forgive him, he has changed. So many people will come and gaslight you just to go back. I saw it happen. So she did what she had to do. She planned her exit in a country that values women, and she planned her exit where she is the one that had all the power, because she's the main applicant. which is a smart move, if she was the dependent. Any which way, people are like, why did she do like that? She pretended over time and everything, especially in the 1 year. And I'm like, do you know the pace that she might have had staying away for 1 year? Nobody shouting at you for doing something wrong. Nobody trying to hit you. Nothing. That must have, she might have not even thought about doing what she did. She might have even said, okay, let him stay. Then if he does anyhow, she would call UKVI and the rest. But maybe the peace that she felt was just too much, that she said she cannot stay with this person for even 1 month. According to what they said he even grabbed her at the airport. So imagine thinking that she's going to stay with somebody for 1 month, and he will still be trying to touch her and the rest. So that's probably why she just said, no, I'm going to cut this thing out. Immediately you come here, I'm cutting it off. I'm not even waiting 2 months. I'm not waiting 1 month. Now, some people are suggesting that maybe she has somebody, that she has a new person and the rest. That's not unthinkable. It's possible she has a new person that is treating her right. It's possible she has a new person that is even a citizen or has PR. But it's also possible that she doesn't. Like I said, she's studying nursing and she must have calculated it. With nursing, you have at least 80% chance. If you pass well and you do your thing well and you go for interviews, you have 80% chance of getting a job, because the UK need healthcare workers and she's a nurse. It's not care assistant, she's a nurse. She's going to be a nurse. So definitely our prospect of getting a job is higher. That could also be another factor in her thinking she needs to cut these ties off immediately. Because imagine if when she gets the job, when she becomes a nurse and she gets the job and she's earning well and he has not yet started earning well, there's going to be this imbalance. It's going to be like, oh, I left my job in Nigeria, I sold everything, like you said, I sold everything, and you are here, you are earning money. Anytime she says you see, are you saying because you're earning money? Saying it. Are you saying because you're earning money? This, bah. It happens a lot. She won't be able to say anything. You will be bringing, is it because you're a nurse and you're earning so and so amount? So she must have thought of everything as, my peace of mind this past year is what I want to continue with. Now, I saw a comment where the person said, I know a couple who have a troubled marriage. One of them got to the UK and filed for the partner and the kids to come as dependents. At the airport, both split up amicably and live apart even now. That's how decent people behave. He said, that's how decent people behave. We don't know the personality of the man. If she had told him, okay, let's do this, we don't know if he's going to come up one day and start banging at her door and start saying, I want to take my children, I want to do this. You don't know if he's going to come and meet her. We don't know the personality. If maybe she had given him this option, he might say no or something. So she did what was best for her and just broke it off. Someone else said wrote a comment, what if I tell you that there is a WhatsApp group that recruits newly relocated married people to where they teach them how to leave their spouses, what to tell the police and social service, blah, 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 better guide yours jealously. Now, it's a possibility that there's actually a WhatsApp group that does that. My own take on that is that if you treat your spouse well, your spouse will not be in that kind of group. Because what is the person looking for there? Definitely, if the marriage was not transactional, your spouse will not be there. So if your spouse is there, you need to check yourself. Some people say, oh, I cheated on her some years ago, she forgave me. Any which way, I wish her well, because the journey is going to be very, very tough. I hope she has a good support system. I hope she has people that can give her a swift knock on her head if she needs it. I hope she's ready for the back and forth legal system and everything, because it's going to be quite a journey. In all of what she's doing, I just hope she doesn't use the children as a pawn, especially if it's not abusive towards the kids. I also hope she has serious, real evidence, not fabricated evidence, because it could backfire on her if she doesn't have real evidence. I hope she's eventually able to get peace of mind and be able to take care of herself and take care of her children. Now, the essence of me doing this video is to highlight that no matter, even if we question some things that happen, we should not just rule it out like it can never happen. It's a lie, it didn't happen. It's happening. A lot of people are in their marriages and are enduring a lot of things. So if someone is able to come out and say this is what happened, and you look at the evidence and you are sure that the person, before you even like say, oh, it's a lie, please try to look at all the evidence before saying it's a lie. I know some people can lie, but just try and be open-minded about things. Now, a lot of things that I've mentioned in this video, a lot of people do not know, especially about my own experience, because I never said anything. So it's so amazing that people thought, oh, things are so well and everything, and I'm so okay with a lot of things, until I displayed some worry at one point in time, and everybody was like, okay, you never fancied this person. So yeah, I was just pretending like this woman. So any which way, what are your thoughts? Did you think she did something outrageous? Because there's so much, oh, why did she do this? Why did she do that? Do you think she had planned it? Do you think she was just tired and she took the best exit plan that she knew she could execute, or took the best exit plan that she knew she could take? I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. So please leave your comments in the comment section. Let's discuss about the whole issue. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.